everybody. Okay, so I'm back with another K-drama to see, have you already seen it? And if not, is this something that you would check out? So before we get into this video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone that you know that would be into K-dramas and would potentially watch this, okay? So let's get into it. Today's K-drama is called Secret Garden. This is a much older K-drama. I'm going to try to tell it to the best of my abilities what I remember, so stick with me. So today's K-drama is about a man named Kim Joo-won, and he's from a wealthy family, and he's a CEO to department stores. His cousin is, I would say, a superstar, a Hallyu star named Oscar, who really can't sing. That's his secret, I guess. One day, Oscar, he essentially asked his cousin, Joo-won, to go and pick up this actress that I guess he has a relationship with because that woman was on the set. Now, that woman has a stunt double, and the stunt double is our main female lead, and her name is Gil Laim. Right? Now, Laim is essentially seen wearing the same wig, everything. She looks just like, the girl that she's being a stunt double for. So our main male lead mistakes her for the correct person and ends up picking her up and taking her to the hotel per the request of his cousin. Oscar obviously didn't do this because he had the best intentions behind being with this actress. He did it because the actress woman, I guess, she was essentially threatening to go public with their relationship. And you already know, if you're a major Hallyu star and somebody has some kind of dating scandal or dating rumor revolving around you during those times, your career was essentially over. At the hotel, okay, our main male lead, Joo-won, he essentially is watching this stunt woman, and she's kind of piquing his interest, and he finds himself kind of drawn to him, and he has absolutely no idea why. After the event at the hotel ends, our main male lead, Joo-won, he cannot stop thinking about Gil Laim, okay? And now, because he can't stop thinking about her, he finds himself sneaking onto set to watch her essentially performing her action stunts, okay? Now, our female lead, she sees him there, and she does her best to try to ignore him because she's obviously working. Gil Laim enters into a competition, and ultimately she wins the competition to go and meet her favorite celebrity, Oscar. Okay, now this takes her to Jeju. While she's at Jeju, she's essentially going to partake in Oscar's music video. Our main male lead, Joo-won, who's already heavily fixated on Gil Laim, he finds out that she's going to Jeju for Oscar, and he essentially makes his way to Jeju. He's really into her, girl. He really digging her. Our main male lead and our main female lead, while they are on Jeju, I guess they are on some kind of mountain, they're mountain biking. All the participants of the competition are mountain biking. So of course, the main male lead, he's also mountain biking. Now, the two of them kind of detour from that trail. They get lost. And when they get lost, they find themselves at this, I would say, mysterious restaurant in the mountains of Jeju. The name of this restaurant out in the woods is actually called Secret Garden. The owner of the restaurant, oddly enough, seems to recognize Joo-won and Gil Laim, and this owner, I can't remember if it's a man or a woman, this owner actually presents the two of them with this wine. That night, when they are eventually found and they leave, neither of them had drank the wine at the restaurant, but they take it back to the hotel with them, and that same night, they're both, having issues falling asleep, and so they decide, one drink won't hurt. They drink the wine, and it appears that they're drinking the wine at the exact same time. The next morning, Gil Laim and Joo-won actually find that they've switched places and they're not in their respective bodies, okay? So now, both of them are essentially trying to understand the series of events that just happened, and they realize that they actually have to stick really close to each other so that they can coach the other on how to be them until they can get this sorted out, which ultimately, as you already called it, calls for both of them to live in the same home, who's the only person that has a nice, acceptable home? Our wealthy department CEO, Joo-won. So they end up living there. Now, some backstory, Joo-won actually has trauma from an incident or an accident that had occurred to him when he was, I believe, in high school or a little younger than that. And that has led to him having or developing claustrophobia, and he is terrified, absolutely terrified of elevators. Now, Gil Laim also has a really sad background where she ultimately, I probably mentioned it already, is the only person that she has. Her father died when she was, I believe, in high school, so she doesn't have anyone else. So the two of them are essentially navigating and trying to make sure that no one in their respective lives find out that there's something off about them or weird about them. This is actually the second K-drama I ever watched in my entire life. I remember watching this in 2012. Definitely check it out. Just remember, it is a much older K-drama, so some of the things that you might be like, oh, this is a bit corny, this is a bit cheesy, they will pertain to this for the simple fact that it was a different time then. But I do believe that you may find this enjoyable. At least that's, how my memory works of it. I thoroughly enjoy this. Honestly, I also plan to rewatch this and just kind of see if I still feel the same way about it. But definitely let me know. Have you already seen it before? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already seen this, go and check it out. Come back and let me know how you felt about it. Even if you only watched one episode, that's okay. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.